The slab wood is now all stacked up. All that chunk wood came from 2 tree trunks, previous video. I didn't do hardly any of the stacking, someone else helped, so it made the job go easier and quicker. Trailer is all cleaned off. And how much charge is left? 2 out of 3 bars, so it's at least 50%. My thoughts are on this bigger battery for this kind of work, not really necessary. If you have it in the sawbuck, because it's going to be so much more efficient than cutting right into a stack. You actually get more out of the battery because you're not stressing it in a setup like this, because it gets a few seconds of cool instead of a long continuous strain. The long continuous strain generates a lot of heat. So the 4 amp hour, it could have done easily probably half of that stack with this kind of cutting. As far as weight goes, this battery weighs like around 2.8 pounds more than the 2 amp hour, and it's only like an inch and a half or so longer. Yeah, for regular wood cutting out in the woods, you know, yeah, the extra charge life is going to be nice, but the 2 amp hour battery has this saw weighing roughly what feels like about a 45cc saw, a normal consumer grade 45cc, but put into bigger battery, it feels like it weighs about what a 60cc saw would be without the power. You have 45cc saw that weighs like a 60. And that isn't a whole lot of fun in my opinion, but you know, that's a lot more fatigue at the end of the day. But if you're only going to do one charge worth, you know, and you have a 2 amp hour battery like I do for a spare, well, that'd probably be enough regular firewood by the time you split and stack it for the day. You know, that should give you close to a regular level pickup truck load. But for all day use, you probably want to go with a gasoline, but all day use, I just have run 2 amp hour batteries just for the lower weight and less fatigue. So you're going to be swapping batteries a lot more, but you're also going to have less weight. But if you're going to be cutting bigger chunks like these pieces or bigger, like the 16-inch pieces that I cut off of that trunk over there from that tree, then I would go with the 4. So yeah, probably mixed batteries. Maybe say 2 of each battery type would be good, but then you're looking at retail $230 for each of these batteries. You know, so there's $460 plus the other batteries, that's another $260, so you're at $720 in batteries. So yeah, I would at that point I would just go with gas. You have so much into it, unless you're in a noise sensitive area, or have some kind of a battery, a car battery to a deep cycle with a solar panel, like Womax has. He has a battery box somewhere in the front of his trailer. I think he has a different jack, because if I had a jack on the side or somewhere else, I could easily fill this with a battery box with like maybe 2 deep cycle batteries and a battery charger, 1 on each side, and then put a rack here to drive up a lawn tractor under, have solar panels here. Pretty good setup. Then it might work out if I'm out cutting a trailer load of wood, but otherwise I just my other recommendations on getting batteries is to get another piece of equipment with a battery. If I get another battery, that's what I'll do, is get that, unless I can come across a killer deal on a spare. So yeah, my final thoughts on this, definitely I just go with, for small jobs, I just stick with the 2 amp hour. This kind of work, if you're going to be taking a lot of breaks, stick with the 2 amp hour battery. If you have a helper, it can do a lot of work, toss in the 4 so you can get more work done before you take a break. So yeah, I would have one of each, a 2 and a 4, depending on the type of job you're doing. Until next time, folks, take care, get out there and build something.